Hey everybody, this is my presentation on Chapter 7, Section 1, Washington Leads a New Nation. So the first heading here is the first president. So basically, George Washington just wanted to be an old guy, get retired, and go relax on his Virginia farm. Yippee. So when he tried to put this up with all his friends and the Founding Fathers, they were just no. Governor Morris actually said that should the idea prevail that you would not accept the presidency, it should prove fatal to the new government. Martha Washington, George's wife, basically controlled his social life. She set up his parties. She did everything that wasn't with him in the government. She actually said to her niece, "I have not had," and I quote, "I have not had 1/2 hour to myself since the day of my arrival." She was that busy. Other women of the time period, like author Judith Sargent Murray, believed in Republican motherhood, in which the mother promoted the children's teaching to make them be a greater citizen. But most promoters of Republican motherhood saw only that and not greater achievements for women in politics or business. While others thought, we need a chance at this, we need women to get an education, we need women to be able to participate in politics, because women didn't really get a good education because people just weren't willing to pay for the women in their house to get an education. Now the federal government had to create policies and procedures that would determine the future of the country. President Washington noted in a letter to James Madison, "The first of everything in our situation will serve to establish a precedent." Now George Washington wanted to create a cabinet to help advise him. For his two most important cabinet positions, Washington chose very carefully. He picked Alexander Hamilton as the Secretary of the Treasury because he knew that Hamilton was a good economic planner. He picked Thomas Jefferson as his Secretary of State because he had once served as an ambassador to France. He picked Henry Knox to serve as the Secretary of War because he had helped Washington run the Continental Army. He also picked Samuel Osgood as the Postmaster General because he had governmental experience. Then, Congress passed the Judiciary Act of 1789 to help set up a federal court system. It set up federal district courts and circuit courts of appeals. It also defined their powers and relationships to the state courts. The president, this time was George Washington, then nominated candidates for federal judgeships, and those candidates would be approved or rejected by the Senate. So now, obviously, people living in different places wanted different laws. The farmers and people living in rural areas wanted fair tax laws, the right to settle lands in the West, and they didn't want the government to interfere with their life, while the urban people wanted their businesses helped, simpler trade laws, and industrial people wanted protection from foreign competitors so that basically their businesses didn't get out-businessed by other businesses. Well, that's all. Go easy on me, it was my first try. Mr. Glyshaw, I'd like a good grade. So anyway, that was my Chapter 7, Section 1 summarization in a YouTube video. Thanks for watching.